Today I brought a dessert recipe that will become one of your favorites. You're going to love it. This delicious recipe has no sugar, no flour of any kind, no gluten. It's super easy to make, uses just a few ingredients, and includes one of the most beloved foods out there. Stay until the end because you won't want to miss it. If you love easy, quick, and healthy recipes, you're going to love this channel. So if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. Remember to turn on the notification bell to get updates. I post new videos every day, and you're going to love them. Let's start our recipe, which uses just a few ingredients. But remember, I'll list them all below in the description with the correct amounts so you can make it at home. I'll also include the nutritional information for our recipe here. To start off this recipe, I'm going to use the star of many desserts. The main ingredient here is peanuts. I'm using roasted peanuts here, which will give an even more intense, delicious flavor. Remember that peanuts have a relatively low amount of carbohydrates. They contain plenty of fiber, protein, very healthy fats, lots of vitamins and minerals, and end up being a really interesting food for us to add to our daily routine. And make sure to always use high-quality peanuts. So I'm going to add the peanuts here to our food processor to make peanut butter. This way, I'll know exactly what ingredients are in this spread. If you want to buy one that's already made, check the label. The ideal is that it should be 100% peanuts, and it's super versatile because you can use peanuts with different consistencies in the recipe. Now I'm going to blend it here, stirring little by little, stopping to blend until it turns into peanut butter. Look, I'm going to stop here from time to time, stirring at the bottom, scraping the part that usually gets more blended down here under the blade. If you only have a blender, you can do it, but it will take more time and you'll have to keep stopping and stirring carefully, with the blender turned off. I'm going to finish blending until I get the consistency I want for this peanut butter, and then we'll move on from there. Hold on. Look, so the peanut butter is ready here. I'll even show you the consistency it should have so you can replicate it at home. Ideally, you should blend it well so it gets really smooth like this, because that will give our dessert a better texture. So now I'm going to add this peanut butter to the plain yogurt. Remember that I have a video here on the channel teaching how to make homemade plain yogurt. I'll leave the link down below in the description for you. And now I'm adding the peanut butter to our yogurt. So I've already added 2, and now I'm going to add the 3rd spoonful of this delicious creamy peanut butter, and you'll see that it's basically the amount of peanuts. I'm measuring it here, so you can see that if you're using store-bought peanut butter, it's about 3 spoonfuls. So I've just added them in now, and now I'm going to give everything a really good mix so it becomes even more homogeneous and well combined. And then after that, we can add a few more seasonings here. So I'm going to add a bit of cinnamon here. Remember that cinnamon is also an antioxidant. It helps improve carbohydrate metabolism, improves insulin resistance, so it's a great addition to our diet. This here is a bit of vanilla extract. These 2 ingredients are optional, but they end up seasoning the food. Yes, we also season sweet dishes, and sometimes we forget that. And the little details can often make a big difference in the final flavor of our recipe. So if you have them at home, use them. They'll give a really special taste. Look at this wonderful consistency. And now I'm going to add a non-caloric sweetener. I'm using a baking sweetener here, just for the sake of proportion. Because if you want to use honey, brown sugar, demerara sugar, it'll be the same amount. This doesn't go on the stove, so you don't necessarily have to use the baking sweetener like I did. If you want to add a few drops of stevia or another sweetener of your choice, just add it little by little until it reaches the level of sweetness you want. Remember that I have a playlist of peanut recipes here on the channel and another one with healthy dessert recipes. I'll leave them for you down below in the description. And when you make this recipe for your family, let me know how much of a hit it was, because it's going to become the star of your meal, and no one will believe that this recipe, which is so amazing, is also so healthy. Look, I even switched to a spatula here so we could scrape everything and make sure it's all really well mixed. Now I'm going to get my baking dish and put it in the fridge to chill, because it's going to get an even more amazing consistency. But just look at how it already is, with an incredible texture here. See how the peanut gives this creaminess to the recipes. And after it spends some time in the fridge, I'll come back so we can decorate it, and I'll give you some ideas on how to serve it to make it look even more beautiful on your dinner table. I'm going to scrape everything out really well here, then we'll put it in the fridge. So in a few hours, I'll be back. Hold on. I just took this delicious peanut dessert out of the fridge and it's already super creamy. The longer it stays in the fridge, the creamier it will get. And now, to top it off, I'm going to add some more chopped roasted peanuts on top. This will help bring even more crunch, as well as enhance the flavor and aroma of the peanuts in our recipe. I'm going to be generous with it here, because this will really make all the difference, not just in the presentation, but also, as I mentioned, in the flavor and texture of our dessert. Tell me if you're going to add the chopped peanuts on top like this or not. I actually think it's a good idea because people will be able to tell just by looking that there are peanuts in here and everyone will want to try it. Look at the creamy consistency of this dessert. Make it at home and you're really going to love it. Just look at this. How absolutely amazing. Make it and it'll be a hit for everyone in your family. I really want to try it. I'm going to add another spoonful here. Look at this. And now take a close look at the consistency of this creamy peanut recipe. It's going to be a huge hit with everyone. Tell me down below in the comments if you're going to make this recipe for a family party, or if you just can't resist and are going to make it today or next weekend. I'd love to see your comment. Remember to like the video because it really helps me out, and share it with anyone who would enjoy it, with anyone who needs it. Let's spread this chain of kindness together. That's what I want for this channel. Let's give it a try. It's creamy, it's sweet, it has that peanut flavor and that crunch from the roasted peanuts. Make it. You're going to love it. See you next time. Bye.